Welcome to your seed sampler for January, and this month's seeds that we sent to you were an organica brassica microgreen mix of purple Vienna kohlrabi, arugula, lacinato kale, broccoli, and red acre cabbage. Really good heirloom seeds actually, and butterhead and Bibb lettuce mix. So I'm going to show you a little bit of how I sow the seeds. Now with the sprouting seeds, if you were to grow this brassica mix as sprouts, all you'd have to do is look at the video that we sent the last time and see that it's really very simple. You just sprinkle them on top really evenly and close together. It doesn't matter if they're this close, it's fine because we're only growing them as sprouts. Now if you wanted to take a chance and see if they might grow up to be kohlrabi, arugula, kale, broccoli, and cabbage, which they very well may happen, all you have to do is to make indentations in your soil and bury the seeds. They're all brassica seeds and they all look like round little tiny balls. Bury the seeds as small as they are large. So they're pretty small seeds. So you don't want to bury them too deep, but you want to space them about an inch apart or even less, maybe half an inch. An inch apart, just enough so that when they grow up to a seedling size where you can transplant them, you can tease the roots out and transplant them safely, and they don't get caught up in each other's roots. Now the lettuce seeds you'll see in the next portion. So let's take a closer look at the spacing so you don't have any confusion about the spacing between seeds. So you can see from the top view, I usually will take like an inch to half an inch in between seeds to drop them into those those tiny little indentations. And they're just on the top. Now if the seeds were bigger than this, I would poke them in and cover them with soil. But I know that once I put the water over them, it will be enough to just lightly cover them like this. Some seeds, like I think it is lettuce, are actually activated. Their germination is activated by sunlight. So I don't want them to be covered by the soil. I just want them on top, and yet their soil has to be damp. So I've gone row by row, and I'm just filling in certain gaps. I just want you to see what the spacing is per row. This is so that when these plants grow up, it's very easy to tease their roots apart. And there you have it. I will just water now. That's putting the final touches on this. Oops. Seed starting tray. You can see how the water changes their position somewhat. So those indentations come in handy just to keep them a little bit more in place. My husband will be very, very careful doing this because of that fact that they do move the seeds around a bit. All right, I have a few more seeds here, 4 more, so I'm just going to find spots for them to grow. And finally, that's my lettuce, that's my brassica mixed. So if you're okay with not knowing whether it's going to be a kohlrabi, arugula, broccoli, or red acre cabbage, you can do as I did here and space them as if you were growing them to be a crop. And here we just have that microgreens. So that's the end. Thank you.